Attention viewer, you are watching the world's biggest monster truck diecast YouTube channel. This is Monster Jam OCT.
Hello Monster Jam fans, and welcome back to another Monster Jam OCT review video. Today we are taking a look at Series 35 for the Spin Master Monster Jam singles packs for 2024, and this series has a lot of cool new trucks I'm really excited to talk about. The first three of the set always being the best in my opinion, and starting always with the chase piece. The Ghost Crew chase piece, the second one of the year of 6, is the Gravedigger Green Ghost, a very fitting theme for this series. So I'm really excited to unbox this and take a look at it, but it has a clear gray body with a lot of cool details in its decals. So there is the Ghost Crew Green Ghost Gravedigger. We have a Retro Rebel making an appearance, and it is one of the ones that I've been suggesting, which is another Mercury Mutt Monster Mutt. This time it is Monster Mutt Dalmatian, a blast from the past here, and it's definitely pointing towards signs that we're probably going to get all 4, including Junkyard Dog and Rottweiler in the future. But for now, this year invites the second new mutt in, which is Monster Mutt Dalmatian. We have Thunderrus making its first singles pack appearance. It has been part of a playset. Thunderrus dropped as an exclusive since 2023, and also a Toy Fair exclusive earlier this year, but now it is finally in the singles packs as part of the Legacy trucks, I believe. Crazy Creatures, but it does have its BKT printing, which makes it look really official and awesome. So Thunderrus making its first singles pack appearance here in Series 35. We have a couple new things here with Octopus making an appearance as a Crazy Creature as well, part of 2024 season. I do enjoy Octopus's casting a lot, so it's nice to see it come back every now and then, this time with a nice chassis setup. And a brand new sub-series to 2024, hopefully replacing Phased Out or the Steel Reveal series, which is called Street Treats. So instead of Sweet Treats, it is Street Treats. And it is starting off with Gravedigger with this crazy Candyland looking body style. So there is Gravedigger from the Street Treats series. Overcharge series returns with Avenger this time around. Last time we did see a release of Blue Thunder from the Overcharge series, kicking it off, and yet another new sub-series for this year, continuing with the Avenger in this bright highlighter yellow color. Then we have the last 3 of the set, which are kind of just repeats. We have Bakugan Dragonoid in Series 35 from the Legacy trucks. Actually, I can't tell what it's from because it's a mispackage here. This is the Avenger packaging on Bakugan, an error actually for the video. I'm going to assume this is probably part of Legacy trucks because of the BKT printing. It does have a brand new Bakugan logo. I guess they've rebranded with a new logo, but it's not featured on the truck just yet. But the logo has changed on this packaging. From the Danger Divas, which is now a returning series yet again. We haven't seen it since the Boogie Van. Soldier Fortune has returned in Danger Divas since it is driven by Kayla Blood. It does have some nice details with some pink rims, and those can actually be useful for customs in the future, but Soldier Fortune is bringing back the Danger Divas series. And finally, another Legacy truck, actually Arena Favorites. Man, I'm just guessing them all wrong today. The Arena Favorites, Son of a Digger, with some nice details in Series 35. So we're going to start today's review with the Bakugan Dragonoid that we saw with the misprinted package right here. Bakugan Dragonoid, a very frequently seen truck in Spin Master Monster Jam. We will be seeing a brand new paint scheme for the 124 scale series with a green and yellow scheme. I do wonder if it will make an appearance in the singles line as a 164 scale in the future. But for now, every year we have seen some sort of specialized Bakugan. I'm sure we're going to see that in 164 scale. But for now, we do have the orange and red classic scheme as the first truck of Series 35. And as always, your collector poster can be found right here through this QR code by scanning it. And here is your Bakugan Dragonoid. So as you can see, it has a red roll cage, gray chassis, black tires with white BKT printing, and red rims. And your classic, very clear graphics on this Bakugan Dragonoid orange and red body scheme. Really well done. Every time they do a Bakugan, every single time it gets better and better, and the clarity has improved wildly since its first release back in 2019, and it's just really awesome to see the progression of graphics over time. So here is Bakugan Dragonoid, the first truck of Series 35 from what I assume would be the Legacy trucks. Next up is Son of a Digger from the Arena Favorites. Let's open it up. And yet another release of Son of a Digger. Nothing really has changed on it. It does have the new Megalodon decal instead of Avenger on the side panel, but other than that, They haven't really done much with Son of a Digger as far as change it up. The roof panel and the hood can be changed every now and then with new flame patterns because the real life truck is hand painted and it does change from time to time. So it would be nice to see them do an update from the graphics scheme just to give Son of a Digger a little break on the same release over and over again. But Son of a Digger does return with the standard body, full grille printing, headlights and all that. It does have a purple roll cage, gray chassis, blue rims, and black tires. And next up is Danger Diva's Soldier Fortune, celebrating Kayla Blood with some brand new pink rims. Really cool, and I'll talk about this in just a moment. Let's open it up first and check it out. So the cool part about this is that we have never seen pink beadlocks over gray rims. This is actually very useful for a couple different customs with pink style trucks, but mainly I'm thinking about the female zombie, which originally had plans to have pink rims with dark pink in the interior, but these actually could be a really good swap for the female zombie with just gray rims with pink beadlocks. But still, nonetheless, really cool to have different color beadlocks over gray rims because it's usually what Monster Jam fleet trucks use is a beadlock color over gray. So very nice to see it in this set here with Soldier Fortune. The paint color has changed from the past. It is no longer a glittery metallic color. It's actually just a solid army green, minty green color, which actually makes this truck look much, much better. The graphics are very clear as well, and it's just another release of Soldier Fortune with better quality, better paint color, but also, like I said, the pink rims are definitely, or pink beadlocks are definitely a big selling point for this truck and customizers to pick it up. It has a solid pink chassis as well, and a silver roll cage to match the theme here with black tires. So there is Soldier Fortune from the Danger Diva series in 2024, Series 35. Now we have the Octanator returning for the Crazy Creatures series, one of the special sea creatures that Monster Jam has created in the last couple years with Spin Master. Let's open it up. Okay, so Octanator has made a couple appearances in various different ways in thematic series and now in the singles packs, doubles packs over time. So it's just awesome to continue to see it. The graphics have definitely improved over time. You can actually see the details of the skin of the octopus, all the tentacles printed on, the Monster Jam logo, and just a really cool 3D casting here that I really have enjoyed seeing over different generations of releases. Just the only thing that's missing would be nice to have finally an Octanator logo printed on at some point, somewhere on the truck. It can fit, actually I guess you can't really fit it much. It's just a really tough casting to have a logo on, but I feel like they could sneak it in somewhere. But for now, it still has no logo. It's just the Octanator truck itself. It does have a red-purple color for the roll cage, a aqua-green color for the chassis as well as the rims, and same color tires as the roll cage here with the red-purple tone. And really cool truck. So Octanator returning again for Crazy Creatures. If you haven't found one, here's a chance to pick one up. Octanator from Series 35. And it's currently the talk of the town in the Monster Jam world. Thunderrus, the newest Apex Predator to the Monster Jam fleet, is making its first singles pack appearance in Series 35. Without any further delay, let's open this up. So we have talked about Thunderrus a couple times before now, from the Playset Review edition to the Toy Fair exclusive to now in the singles packs here for the first time. Thunderrus, like I said, a very popular Monster Jam truck. It does have a red windshield for this release like the Toy Fair exclusive had with the standard clear coat instead of the glittery one that the Toy Fair one had, but very similar to the Toy Fair exclusive. It has a silver roll cage with a light red chassis, a light red rim color with black tires and white BKT printing over it, which actually makes it look really, really official, like I said at the beginning of the video. So really nice release here of Thunderrus. Not much else to talk about since I have reviewed this truck a couple times before. You guys know how I feel about the casting. I think it can be wildly improved over time. Not the best attempt at a casting along the notes of Wildflower and Time Flies back in the day, but nonetheless, it is a Thunderrus. It does somewhat look like the truck, and like I said, to the younger collectors, it's not going to matter. This is pretty much exactly what they expect Thunderrus to look like. So still really cool to have a singles release of it nonetheless with all the details that they added to the truck. It is a really cool piece. And next up is the Overcharged Avenger. Let's open it right up. Okay, so Avenger Overcharged. Now, I know what you're going to say. I already can see the comments right now. How dare they make a special series Avenger without making the standard green Avenger first? And the answer for that is I truly don't know. I do not know what Spin Master's deal is with the standard green Avenger, but for some reason, every other Avenger that ever existed has been getting releases before the standard green. I don't know the reasoning behind it. I have pushed it. Jim Kohler has pushed it to be produced. But for now, they continue to release different Avengers that aren't the green one. This one is a non-existing paint scheme, obviously, from the Overcharge series. I am happy, however, that an independent is receiving a special scheme. You very rarely see them receive a thematic scheme. And let's dive right into the details of it without talking about the green one anymore because they're very aware of it. So here is the Overcharged Avenger. It has a highlighter color yellow. It is a vibrant, bright, screaming yellow color for this paint scheme. It has a white and black Avenger logo with white and black flames. The flames are purple tipped. It's hard to tell on the side panels, but they are purple tipped on the edges here. So you can see the flame tips are all purple. The standard skull here with the neon glowing eyes, which is really cool. And then the classic Avenger skull on this side. Cohen logo, Monster Jam logo. We have that duck logo yet again right there on the tailgate. I guess they're just going to start adding that to every Avenger. I don't know. Again, I have not figured out what this is yet. I'll probably have to ask Team Screen themselves what this sponsor logo is, but it is a duck in what appears to be a suit, I guess, right there. Here's this side with the same details going on. The headlights are black with white rings around them, and the grille is painted in a glossy black color, which looks really cool. The roll cage is the same highlighter yellow in color, with the same color being on the tires. And then we have black solid rims for the rim color choice, and a dark purple chassis to offset the color, which also matches the flame tips, which really looks awesome. Again, this Avenger looks really cool. And now for a very interesting one. This is our first Street Treats truck, the Gravedigger, making the first sub-series appearance right now. So there's a lot of things that can be said about this series and the way that this is probably going to go for other trucks. Gravedigger is the truck that really gets everything that you could possibly imagine on different schemes. It has so much to offer to change during thematic specials, and it's hard to do that with other trucks because you can't really change an El Toro logo to be much else than just a bull. But Gravedigger has the graveyard, it has the haunted house, and the ghost, and the flames, and Grim, the character, and the logo. So it always offers this unique ability to change the truck from the ground up and make it something familiar, yet change it completely to be something totally out of this world. And this series is no exception to the Gravedigger rule. This definitely is really awesome. I gotta say, I'm actually really impressed with how the graphics turned out on this truck, and the overall idea that it's some kind of candy theme here. There are a couple things I will say for continuity's sake that I don't like about this truck, but let's dive into the details before we get into that because there is a lot to talk about here with this Street Treats Gravedigger. Like I said, a reference kind of to Candyland here with all these sweet treats around the truck. Let's dive right in. So let's start with number one, the side panel. As you can see, completely changed from the classic Gravedigger. I really don't think there's a need to bring a regular Gravedigger into frame. I think we all know what that truck looks like and the idea of what they're going for here. So let's talk about what's changed about the truck. We no longer have the fog or the mist or the haunted house or the mountain with the ghost. We have a lot of different things replacing that, which include but are not limited to, because I can't really see everything that's here. We have some cupcakes. We have different various candies, which appear to be licorice and stuff. It looks like a Hershey's Kiss there, a birthday cake, a Sour Patch Kid, which is absolutely hilarious. Actually, there's two of them. Two Sour Patch Kids. I guess it's probably not sponsored. So sour candy shaped like kids, I guess, to save the copyright. We have the haunted house, which has become a gingerbread house, which is very hilarious. Some lollipops around it instead of the trees. The background appears to be a gumball instead of the moon. We do have some, I think they're called bonbons. I remember them from SpongeBob way back when I was a little kid. I think those are bonbons there. A candy corn. Nothing different about the rings. They are still kind of like fog, I guess you would call them, in magenta color. The Ghost Mountain has become a ice cream soft serve face, which is pretty cool. We do have some, I think they're called dots. I don't know what you actually call them besides dots. Dots candy. Another bonbon here as a tombstone. We have an, again, not sponsored, but Oreo cookie appearing to be here on the side with a green dripping Gravedigger logo. The blood has been changed out for green drips, which have been exaggerated for this logo with a white text interior. And instead of the fog on the bottom, it appears to be either frosting or cotton candy. I can't tell which one. I guess left up to our imaginations what it could possibly be. But that is pretty awesome. This whole scheme here is really cool. And then the roof here has also changed. The Grim figure has changed to a soft serve vanilla cone because the mountain, the ghost, also has changed to soft serve. This is now a vanilla cone with an angry face that you can't really make out because it's just eyeballs, but pretty cool, with some candy canes in crossbone style. And the cloak for the Grim, or the hood here, has been changed to these wispy magenta colors. The exaggerated dripping Gravedigger green logo yet again with the white text on the roof. And then my personal favorite part about this truck is the flame pattern. It has been changed to be Neapolitan ice cream flames in melting fashion flying up past the top of the truck, which looks just really cool. We have chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream up here, and same goes for the hood pattern. It is strawberry on the left side fender, chocolate on the right side fender, and then vanilla down the middle. The biggest part about this truck that I really don't like is the fact that they did not put a hood stripe on it. There has never been a Gravedigger that does not have a hood stripe. It just feels odd to not have a hood stripe. There are some things that get modified about Gravedigger, like the Gravedigger Ice not having the flames coming up off the headlights. That's fine, but when you modify a major detail off a Gravedigger like the hood stripe, there has to be a good reason for it, and I just don't see a justification for not having it here. The way they could have done a hood stripe would have been to use the candy cane striping down the hood, make it a candy cane stripe, but removing it completely makes this truck just completely off base for how the Gravedigger continuity goes. I was going to mention on the sides here not having tombstones with names, but we have seen Gravedigger Surf Edition, which did not have tombstones at all. The only other thing about Gravedigger continuity is that it always has the sponsor logos up here, Spin Master, Monster Jam, and so on, and this does not have it. You kind of get away with it here. You could have put a Monster Jam logo on this tombstone to at least have the Monster Jam brand on here. But the hood stripe is definitely the feature that I am most upset about not seeing here, because they could have done the candy cane in it and it would have made this hood look so much better. And now it just kind of looks really empty. Besides the awesome looking flames, I love the flames, but the missing stripe here just brings so much attention to all this empty space that it's almost weird to look at because you're so used to seeing Gravedigger with its hood stripe. I also just noticed that this body is plastic. It's actually a semi-transparent purple body, which is interesting because I didn't notice that feature before. I just noticed the chassis looked painted, and it actually is it's a metal chassis here. So maybe the rest of the sweet treats are going to be transparent bodies, but then again, that calls back to the fact that the chase pieces are already plastic clear bodies, which they probably should have just done the street treats as the chase piece. But I don't know. It's a weird one here. Definitely a first for the rest of the series. So I guess we'll see how the rest of the series goes as far as the design work. But I would have actually taken this as the chase piece instead of the Ghost Crew if they were going to go with the metal chassis and clear bodies in the first place with these. So interesting choices here design-wise. The pink windshield is pretty awesome. We do have the red headlights in the front here as always. But the hood stripe definitely is the piece of the puzzle that is missing here to give this truck the full Gravedigger look. But besides that, I do enjoy, oh, that's actually a split paint job. I do enjoy the Gravedigger. As you can see, the fog here, or the frosting, or whatever you want to call it, the cotton candy, whatever you want to say about it, has changed from this side to that side. So it is green on this side. I don't know if the details are different for the candy. It looks like they're the same. Same details for the candy, yes, but the color has changed from this side. This is now a green color on this area. It has a yellow roll cage, a bright painted neon chassis, which is metal, like I said, a plastic body, which is semi-transparent, not super transparent, but semi-transparent purple body on a metal green chassis with transparent neon green tires, which actually look like OCD Meltdown's color, which is a nice callback to that exclusive, and pink rims. So it almost gets one of my favorite design ratings here, with the exception of the hood stripe missing. Besides that, like I said, interesting that they chose to go with Ghost Crew as the chase piece while they were planning to do a plastic clear body metal chassis series with the street treats. I really think this would have served better as the chase piece now looking back at it, but nonetheless a really cool idea, and I can't wait to see what they do with the other trucks, whatever else will come out with this series. For now, Gravedigger is the first one of the releases. Street Treats Gravedigger. And we've entered the final truck before the official chase piece, Ghost Crew Gravedigger. It is a Retro Rebel, and it is Monster Mutt Dalmatian Mercury Mutt. Let's open it up. And I cannot tell you guys how excited I was when I saw this in the package when I opened up my box of Series 35 trucks. I have been waiting for the Mercury Mutts to get their return releases by Spin Master, and I truly think all the details in this truck are so awesome. It's just really, really rewarding to see all the feedback, all the work we do to get ideas from the past and from the present into diecast form, and especially when it's something from the older era which a lot of the older collectors grew up in, the classic era of Monster Jam, and the Mercury Mutt bodies are definitely part of that era. This truck has been driven by many different drivers, notably Candice Jolly, and of course at the World Finals originally Chad Tingler. So this truck definitely has a history. It still competes as the new Monster Mutt Dalmatian 3D body on the current circuit, but there is nothing like a classic, and the Monster Mutt Mercury Mutt bodies definitely are the classic era. I really, really love how Spin Master accomplished this design with not only Monster Mutt Dalmatian, but previously, last year, the standard Monster Mutt. And now getting to see them together for the first time by Spin Master's edition, they look great together. And I am so looking forward to seeing Monster Mutt Rottweiler and Junkyard Dog, my two favorite of the designs. Junkyard Dog being my ultimate favorite of the 50 Mercury chop top style, but I do love Monster Mutt Dalmatian. It just brings such a different dynamic. The bright paint color, the spots, all the details of the classic truck with the new ear casting and tail design. For the first time ever, actually, in diecast form, having a tail on the Mercury Mutt style casting. This truck is just really, really sick. I do gotta say I love this continuity here that they've been doing so far, two in a row, where they have a black roll cage, gray chassis, black tires, and gray rims. This truck has the same exact chassis setup as the former Monster Mutt release from last year, and hopefully that means the next two will have the same one, so we get the entire set with the same style. The only thing that's missing, of course, would be retro tires, but I'm going to give this one a pass. I think BKTs actually look pretty good on these modern era versions of the Monster Mutts. But let's check it out. The Monster Mutt Dalmatian Mercury Mutt style casting from Spin Master and Series 35. What a cool truck. This is just so awesome to see come back. It definitely is nostalgic for me, growing up in the era when these trucks were coming around, when Dalmatian actually first debuted. I remember seeing them at World Finals on TV, and I was just really amazed by the fact that Monster Mutt was finally getting a teammate, and then to see Rottweiler and then Junkyard Dog towards the end of the Mercury Mutt career has just been really cool. And again, almost a sense of melancholy when you think of it, because you know this era will never return, but it's really awesome when they do bring back things from the past that just pay homage to all of the history and the different drivers and all the progression that Monster Jam has made over the years. To see this now in the modern 2024 era is just really cool. So here's the details of the truck. It is the Mercury Mutt casting, as I've mentioned many times in this review already. It does have the front headlights here with the tongue, the nose with the spots, and lots of fur detail. Just so much better than the former ones that we've seen before. It does have the rubber ears with the ear texture, which look much better in black, I gotta say, than the brown. The brown will just have a weird appearance with this particular color, especially the tail. There's just a lot of debate with the tail color being in brown, but the black tail looks really good. The idea that they have this curvature to the tail, since the tail does, back in the day, tended to bend over the trunk area, has that realistic dynamic to it. There is the Monster Mutt Dalmatian dog tag with the red color, the Monster Mutt logo in red, of course, as the real life truck had, all the spots details, and then we have the open window like the real life truck had in the back here, also a great little detail there. And the different teeth. Now, every Monster Mutt has different teeth, and it might be a little difficult to tell, but the actual Monster Mutt Dalmatian had a smaller mouth with more of a space in the front. They actually got that detail exactly correct. The Monster Mutt did not have that, the standard one at least. The Monster Mutt Dalmatian had a smaller mouth with a bigger space in the front. They nailed that detail. I didn't even have to say anything about it. They actually had the graphics pack out for it, so very good job there. It also had a lot more plaque on the teeth, as you can tell with the yellow color. The Monster Jam logo there, the modern Monster Jam logo on the sides, with the window detailing behind the ear, and like I said, a black roll cage, gray chassis, gray rims, and black BKT tires for this retro rebel throwback to the past Monster Mutt Dalmatian 50 Mercury style casting. Now let's move on to our final truck, the Gravedigger Green Ghost Ghost Crew chase piece. This is our second chase piece of the year. Let's open it up. All right, so Gravedigger Green Ghost. What a fitting addition to the Ghost Crew, since the Green Ghost is, of course, the Green Ghost, with the ghost being in the main nickname of the truck. I think they did it justice. I think Gravedigger looks great as a Green Ghost chase piece. I've always loved the Green Ghost idea and design, so it's just really cool to see it returning in the Series 35 chase piece slot. We did have from Series 34, the first chase piece, which we talked about last review in great detail, Soldier Fortune with a nice candy apple green clear body with the army green metal chassis. It appears that so far that they're all going to have clear roll cages and clear tires. So I really like that about that as well. It does give that ghost effect, and I think that's how they should continue to do it, with the chassis matching the rim color. This is perfect. The direction that they're going with is perfect so far. I hope they don't change it. So there is Soldier Fortune from Series 34. Here is Gravedigger Green Ghost from Series 35. Let's check out the details. So the number one detail is that the logos, at least the Gravedigger and Bad to the Bone as well as the hood stripe, are actually not printed in with white. They are actually clear because there's no background detailing. So it gives this extra ghostly effect to the idea of the truck, and I really, really like it on the roof here with the Bad to the Bone in ghostly red and clear. We do have the Green Ghost fog going around it with the face and the skull and crossbones. We have that hood stripe, like I mentioned, with a clear gray body, which is actually much clearer than previous Gravediggers have been, which is really nice. We do have actually a change, which I didn't notice before. They have never done a Gravedigger without red headlights, and this is the first time, I'm pretty sure it is though. I think this is the first time we've ever seen Gravedigger without its classic red headlights. It does have green headlights with black rings around them for this release of the Ghost Crew Gravedigger. It has a neon clear green windshield with a clear roll cage, a yellow-green painted metal chassis with the same color rims and clear tires. What a cool release. You know, I gotta say, I do enjoy this as a potential chase piece idea, but this one definitely is truly, to the words, Ghost Crew. And I think they did a great job designing it. The only thing I would have mentioned to them would be to make the moon actually transparent to match this, but I think it works with just the logos and the hood stripe. But that is pretty much it for this truck. I think it definitely gets the point across, and it's one of the coolest ones they have released for not only clear bodies, but Gravedigger Green Ghost in general. So there is the chase piece for Series 35, Ghost Crew Green Ghost Gravedigger, and that will conclude Series 35's review for Spin Master Monster Jam in 2024. We have seen a lot of cool trucks today. My favorite has to be the Monster Mutt Mercury Mutt style Dalmatian truck, but there have been also a couple others that have made great appearances, like Thunderrus getting its first singles release, as well as a brand new sub-series with the Street Treats Gravedigger, and of course a special Avenger, which is always nice. So I will see you guys next time. This is Reiner Monster Jam OCD, signing out.